What's going on, everybody? Just G here, and I'm back at it with another build. This one kind of hits close to home because I'm doing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, preferably the Black Ranger. Now, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers has been a staple since the 1990s. Grew up with these guys. Everybody knows who they are. So to do this build, I'm super excited. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to cut this intro short and we're going to get right back into the files. Okay, what's up, everybody? So I got my file from DO3D. You know, they got great files, but you're going to have to pay a pretty good penny for them. So I bought this Black Power Ranger helmet. I'm sure you can get a free version of this from Thingiverse, but I really wanted this one because it comes in multiple pieces and it's actually a good file. I'll show you why in a second. So once I got the file into Cura, you can see that it's gonna be hard to print this way. First, what I tried to do is orientate it, yeah, this way and slice it, but it wasn't gonna work for me. Plus there's so much I'm gonna lose. I ended up rotating it all the way on the back like this and printing it this way and try to cut off as many supports as possible with adding supports to this overhang. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is basically what it looks like. This isn't bad for a helmet, to be honest. I did overhang 70% supports. I cut out this part right here using support blockers. So everything else I did keep, and it printed out really well. You'll see in a second. So I actually had some issues off camera printing the back of the helmet. The filament got tangled up along the spool, which was the first time that's ever happened to me. But after that little fiasco, we went straight into breaking off the supports, which was actually quite satisfying. Man, so the power sanders are actually quite a lifesaver. As long as you don't stay in one spot too long, because the friction from the power sander can actually melt the print. I first went over the print with an 80 grit and I switched it over for my second pass and hit it with 120. For this next part, I forgot to hit record, so my bad. But I made this dramatic reenactment that you can watch. I mixed some glazing spot putty with some acetone until it came out to like a muddy consistency. And then I made it just thin enough so I can paint it on with a paintbrush. Because of the acetone, the putty dries almost immediately. Once it was dry enough to sand, I sanded it down with 220 grit sandpaper. The next stage is priming. So the first coat, I always do a dust coat, just enough to cover the whole helmet. And then I do a full coverage of the helmet. After I do the full coverage of the helmet, I then spray a nice wet coat all around the helmet. If it runs, it's okay because you're just gonna sand it down anyways. Once you let the primer dry, it comes to wet sanding. I got myself a large bucket, filled it with water so I could dunk the print into. It keeps the dust down and you don't have to worry about making a big mess. I started sanding it with the 220 again, and then I started sanding it with the 600. It was super smooth. I think I would have did 1,000 grit sandpaper too, but my hands started to cramp up and I couldn't make a next pass. I'll probably do that on my next try. Now to get finished, all I have to do is paint the helmet and then make the visor. But I'm just gonna speed that part up with this montage. It's morphin' time! Power Rangers! All right, now it wouldn't be a Just G video if something didn't go wrong. But we did it. We made it across the finish line. So I had some issues with my new airbrush. We're gonna come back to that in a minute. But luckily I had some leftover Krylon gloss black from the Mandalorian build, and I just touched it up with that. And then, not only did I hit not one, not two, but 3 clear coats of Duplicolor 1K clear. All right, y'all, I need help because when it comes to detailing this, I cannot help but leave fingerprints all over the helmet. Like with the details and everything else, when I'm putting on the buckles, I leave chips and scratches all over this helmet. What tips can y'all give me so I don't ruin the final paint for the reveal? Leave it down in the comments for me. So I never riveted anything before, but I really wanted that authentic look of the buckles from that connect the back piece to the helmet to the front. So I riveted them on there, and I think it came out really good. And then I used a little bit of black paint to cover up the silver. I didn't really like the silver. What do you think? Do you like the silver, or do you think that I did a good job painting it? Here's the silver. Or do you think I did a good job painting it black? Let me know. So if y'all made it this far in the video, I'm assuming that you like it. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button too, so you can get your fix of 3D printing goodness. Everybody have a great rest of your night. God bless y'all, and peace out. I'm gonna let you know right now. If I do a deleted scene, I'm just gonna tell you how hot this thing is. Whew. Lord have mercy.
She doesn't not took it. She said we should hook up the boyfriend and booger. Don't know me, then look at I'm being the clouds. Full full of Henny, I'm drinking a 12.